What is up, everyone? This is Omegabalmung here with another comic book pickups of the week. As of course, this is a new comic book pickups. I have quite a lot of new pickups, new books. I also have a few back issues. But like I said, this week is pretty tough for me to go and pick my top three pickups, my top three books that you should pick up. Because this week has been, it is probably, since I started collecting a few months back, it's been the only week so far, for me at least, that I was able to say, wow, it's a pretty tough week to do, to pick the top three. I mean, there's been some pretty good books this week. So anyways, let's get started here. As of course, we always go with the new comic books, and then top three books that I enjoyed personally. I personally enjoyed it. And maybe you want to go pick it up. Maybe you'll find it pretty good too. So first of all, let's start with the original Sin, Hulk versus Iron Man issue 2, which is also in the original Sin 3.2. Marvel with their weird numbering system. So 3.2 for Hulk versus Iron Man versus Hulk. If you remember what happened last issue, or if you haven't read it yet, the Hulk, or Bruce Banner, found out that Tony Stark had a hand in what happened to Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk. Pretty cool stuff. So this is a continuation of that. Next up is Elektra issue 4, and always it's still a continuation too from the other issues. Pretty cool stuff. Like I always say, Elektra has probably the best artwork you could probably find ever, for a while, at least for me, for now. Like I said, if anybody could draw some pretty cool stuff, it's the guy who's drawing the books for Elektra. So I mean, it's freaking awesome artwork, top-notch stuff. I love it. Next up is Harley Quinn. This is pretty funny. Harley Quinn issue. It's issue 1, and it's called Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con International, Comic-Con International San Diego. So this is actually Harley Quinn going to the San Diego Con, and just some pretty funny stuff scene. There's one scene where she meets a cosplayer who's wearing who's cosplay as Batman. She's like, Batman's a pretty tough guy, a pretty cool guy. What can I do to make fun of him or poke fun of him? And he takes down his pants. And he's like, oh no, and she gets kicked out. It's pretty much just Harley just going around being weird, pretty much. Next up is the 100th anniversary, which is of course, if you remember, they're from the Fantastic Four. There's, of course, this one's X-Men issue 1. You have the Spider-Man one from last week, and yeah, so there's the third one. I think there's another one coming out. Maybe it was Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not 100% on that. I remember seeing 4 books. But anyways, this is a pretty cool read. I think this one's not as good as the Fantastic Four one. I think the 3 that's out right now, I think the Fantastic Four one is a lot better than the Spider-Man one. This one is, I think, for me, is better than Spider-Man, but not as good as the Fantastic Four stuff. So, but pretty cool stuff. Next up is Future's End issue 11. As always, Future's End, it gets a little bit more interesting as it keeps going. We have a little cameo of the Justice League in here, up in the Watchtower. You have, of course, the Hawkman and Frankenstein and them doing their own thing. And then this is pretty much a collaboration of different characters into one book. This one's a little slower this week, but it's still pretty cool. Maybe we'll see something more in the next issue. So hopefully we get to see more of the Justice League. Next up is Silver Surfer issue 4. We also have a cameo of the Guardians of the Galaxy in here with Venom 2. I don't know if is he part of the Guardians at this moment. Maybe not. I don't know. But you do see Venom in here with the Guardians. And of course, we have Silver Surfer taking, I don't remember what's her name, back home. And it's just really weird how everything is kind of played out. So I can't wait to see what's happening next on the next issue. But pretty cool stuff. And I always say Silver Surfer, to me, I started out very slow the first issue, but it's gotten better and better and better and better each time. Every time an issue comes out. So I definitely, like I said, definitely had to pick up this issue. But like I said, top 3, and this probably would, a lot of these books would have been in that top 3. If I had like a top 20, it would have been like the whole thing. Next up is The Wicked and the Divine, issue 2. This one picks up right after issue 1, and you learn a little bit more about Lucifer, which is the lady that was dressed all in white, or lady or guy, whatever you want to say, that's all dressed in white. And you learn a little bit more about the characters and how they become into this kind of a god and role, and it's pretty cool stuff. So we gotta wait until hopefully the next issue to get more info about it. But it's still a pretty good read. And like I said, this is issue 2. So for The Wicked and the Divine from Image Comics. Next up is Robin Rises, I guess, Omega. This is issue 1. This this is kind of off of the, I think it was, what was it? Yeah, Batman and Robin series. This one's, you have, if you remember what happened in that series with Ra's al Ghul and Batman kind of dueling it out. And at the end of that book, you have what are their names? Darkseid's army that comes out of the boom tube, and it kind of just picks up from there. So you get a little bit of cameo of the Justice League in here too, and something happens. So Batman isn't happy. Of course, if you've been reading the Batman comics, Batman and Robin comics, Batman hasn't been happy for a while. But it is what it is. So pretty cool read, and it's a thick book too. It kind of talks about a little bit of, if you haven't read any of the Batman and Robin comics, it kind of goes through a little bit of history of that. So just to get you caught up into that. Teen Titans issue 1, of course, is it's another new issue. There's a lot of new issues this week too, from DC Comics. This one, like I said, that's pretty much it. This one is pretty much another issue. I wish, if you want to actually learn more about the characters themselves, you probably have to go back to the New 52 Teen Titans one. This is also New 52, but the one before that. So this kind of follows up from there. I haven't read any of the Titans, Teen Titans books, so I don't know if it kind of leads off from there. So because a lot of the characters are already, they've known each other already and all that. So I'm pretty sure that's where it comes from. It just follows up from there. So. Like I said, this is also this is a new issue for issue number 1. Pretty cool stuff. Next up that is it for almost the new comic books. Of course, I do have the top 3 books of this week for me. I'm not saying these are the best books out of here, but I think these are the best books that I certainly enjoyed. So, of course, I had to go with this one. Supergirl issue 33, the Red Daughter of Krypton. If you remember, or if you've been reading a lot of the Red Lanterns and the Supergirl issues, Supergirl, it has become a Red Lantern. And unfortunately, this is actually the last, I'm pretty sure this is the last issue that she's going to be as the Red Lantern, because in this one she actually loses her ring, and so I don't know if she's going to be helping out, Guy Gardner and them with Atrocitus, or is she going to, because she's also in Justice League United too. So I don't know if if she's still going to be helping them. I'm 100%. Well, I kind of wanted her to kind of help them because she did band a group with them too. So she kind of had a relationship with the Red Lantern, so that'd be pretty cool for her to go back and help them out. But pretty cool read, pretty cool action. You kind of see her. This actually is kind of in that realm of Superman 2, where they pretty much sent a a kryptonite bomb, and now the Earth's atmosphere is, or at least the top layer is, yeah, pretty sure the top layer is filled with kryptonite. So it kind of goes along with that too. So and then she fights that was a world killer or something like that, world killer 1, and she pretty much defeats him as fashion, pretty much going to the sun and getting supercharged from that, and pretty much defeating the world killer. So pretty cool stuff. I'm a big fan of this series. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to do another Red Lantern Supergirl issue. Fortunately, from the looks of it, this is the last issue for the Red Daughter of Krypton. So I'm pretty sad that that's also going away, because I actually kind of liked her as a Red Lantern too. Spitting out blood and stuff and whatever Red Lanterns do, and it's sad that she's lost all that power, but at the same time she's also back. And next up is, of course, every time this book comes out, I recommend people to go and buy it, because it's probably one of the coolest books, and it's just very down to earth. Even though she's a superhero, it's really down to earth character. So next up is, of course, Miss Marvel issue 6, and this one, if you remember what happened from issue 5, she kind of has pissed off. That's the Collector, I think that's his name was, and now he's kind of sent these little robots that kind of out there seeking for her, and she's kind of destroying them as she's going. So she learns a little bit how to fight and destroy these robots. And also you get a cameo from Wolverine, and she's kind of helping Wolverine now, because what happened was, I don't know if it's part of the X-Men, the Wolverine, the X-Men books, but one of the kids from the Jean Grey school has left the school, and now he's searching for her, and it kind of pinpoints to where they were in. So and it's pretty cool. So you get some pretty cool memes in here. You get some pretty cool things, like at the end of this book you see her she's like, I got this, and then and it's just also part of Wolverine too, because Wolverine has no healing factor. I guess it's part of the Wolverine dies in whatever days. I guess is that part of it? I'm just giving it a long shot there, but I think that's what it is. I haven't read any of those books yet, or any of the X-Men, or anything that leads up into that. So, but at the end, where she's kind of like, it's like MMO talk, like solo against this level 100 boss or something. It's pretty cool stuff, but I think it's still a pretty cool book. You do have her kind of learning, still kind of trying to figure out her powers at the same time. At the same time, like I said, that cameo of Wolverine was pretty cool, and she's kind of like just geeking over Wolverine. She's like, oh my god, it's Wolverine! And Wolverine's like, I would have probably killed you if you if you came at me like that. So pretty cool stuff. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next with with Kamala, helping out Wolverine. So I can't wait to see that. That is probably going to be another top 3 once that comes out. So unless there's something else that I think that would beat that. Next up, as always, and it's always in my top. I think it's always in my top 3 books that I always put up there. Of course, it is the original Sin issue 6. The original Sin books to me are fantastic books. Great artwork, great storytelling. To me, that's the cream of the crop right there. I do like the fact that in this one, you have of course, and all the characters are all there. Whatever they give you when you flip them the first page or in the cover, that can show you all the characters are in the original Sin. You have 2 groups. In this one, Nick Fury kind of tells you what is going on. He kind of wants to know. He kind of wants not the power, but he kind of wants to kind of show, kind of get a look at all what the eye is showing, because I guess he has something planned for that. But you also have the Avengers with Captain America and Iron Man, and then you also have, of course, this other group that is like Ant-Man, Gamora, Black Panther, and it's a few other characters. But that group is, spoiler alert, if you haven't read any of the original Sin, you probably should skip ahead maybe a few minutes because I'm going to talk about it. That group with Ant-Man, Black Panther, who was it? Gamora. I can't remember. There's a few other characters. They're there because Nick Fury is like, oh yeah, one of you guys are going to be taking over my place because, I'm dying and, somebody has to take over. So he has a group, or Doctor Strange, he has a group there that, he has to probably pick from one of them to take over what he's been doing. Then you also got Captain America's, of course, the Avengers there too. They're just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Why is there so many of these Nick Fury? What is it called? L something. They're just like body doubles, but robots. But anyways, get some pretty cool stuff. It ends in pretty cool fashion too. You're probably going to see some pretty, like I said, pretty cool action against the Avengers. So I can't wait to see what number 7's coming out. It probably won't be until like August something, and we'll probably get more of these original Sins. 3 point whatever, 4 point whatever. But pretty cool stuff. So Original Sin is for me the better book out of the 3, but nonetheless, this week has some pretty good books. Pretty good books. Anyways, let's get started here with some of the back issues. I got a little bit crazy and I bought a few stuff. So first off is Justice League of America issue. What is this? Issue 56, with a meeting between the JSA and the JLA. So pretty cool stuff. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man 658. I couldn't get my local comic store didn't have 657, which is the start of oh man, what's this suit called again? But whatever. Future Foundation. The Future Foundation suit of Spider-Man. So they didn't have that. They have 458, 459. So I mean 658, 659. They didn't have any of the 657, which is the start of that. So fortunately I didn't get that. I would have bought that one too. But that's pretty cool stuff. And I love the cover for this. I love the Future Foundation costume. I mean, it's white. It's white, all white. How can you hate that? Anyways, it's either you go with the symbiotic costume, or I like the symbiotic costume, or the Future Foundation one. Other than that, I think the one that was in the Civil War, with the one that Tony Stark gives Spidey, I think I like that one too. Next up is, I actually found this one. I can't believe I did. This is the last issue they have. Was Sex Criminals issue 6. As you remember, I do have the Sex Criminals, I think, trade paperback that I bought. I'm a big fan of this one too. And I've been looking for this. I didn't really want to order it online. I was like, oh, maybe I can just find it at the store, at the local comics shop. But they didn't have it until now, I guess. And it was the only copy there, so I'm like, stash it up real quick. I had to do it. Next up is, and of course, with the announcement of a certain character being in the Arrow, which is of course, Green Arrow show on CW. This is the Brave and the Bold. Is it the Brave and the Bold? Yeah, the Brave and the Bold issue, was it 200? This one has the first appearance of Katana, which is going to be a character in Arrow too. So I'm pretty excited about that. And he gets a cool Mylar bag with that. Next up is, I actually went and bought a few of these. We'll go for one first. Identity Crisis issue 1. Let's see from there. Also got, and of course I had to get the whole series because there's only 7 issues and they were pretty cheap. Issue 2. I got issue 3. I got issue 4. And I love this cover here. I think who's it? Jim Lee. I think is the artist for, of course, for the cover. Then we got, was that issue 4? This is issue 5. And I do have all of them. It's just only 7 issues to that, so that series. Then we got, put this back up here, issue 6. Then we also got issue 7. And that will be it for this week. Ta-da! That is it for this week. There is a few comic books that I wasn't able to pick up because my local comic book store didn't have them, which is pretty sad because I was looking forward to getting, Batman Eternal 14 and 15. Somehow they didn't have it. I was pretty surprised because I have seen so many of them. They ordered so many of them, and I was surprised they didn't have any of the 14s and 15s. 15, which is the new one this week, and 14 was the one, of course, before. So, which is weird. Maybe I have to head up another store. If not, I would have to order it online. I'm not a big fan of ordering because I just hate waiting. I hate waiting. Unless it's a book, I would probably never find. I would have to order it, but if it's a book that I can go out there and buy it now, I'd rather just go out there and buy it. But unfortunately, I didn't get those, and I'm missing 2 issues of that already. So hopefully they're good. Don't tell me about it. Don't spoil anything about it for me. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here with the comic book pickups of the week. Anyways, like always, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit the like button if you guys like any of my videos. And check out my other videos too. I do gaming and of course just comics. And that's pretty much it. Maybe movies. No, I'm not a big movie goer, so I won't do movies. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see everybody next week.